You what? I say to AJ, if this goes past 5 rounds, everybody's gonna be having a go at you because you can't go past 5 rounds with this kid. It has to go past 1 round or 2 rounds. Past beyond 4 or 5 rounds, people are gonna be doubting you as a fighter himself.
He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he'd probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he would fighting anybody else that he can fight right now. So why would he not do it? I mean, not that he needs the money right now anyway, but if he's gonna do something, if you want to get a good win to put him back on the scene, that's a perfect win. You get a lot of money.
Jake Paul cannot go 6 minutes with Anthony Joshua. It's just not gonna happen. You're talking about a man who starched Klitschko.
Roy Jones Jr. is fired up about the Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua showdown, boldly predicting that AJ will beat Jake brutally. He says the fight brings hype, attention, and huge profits to boxing. Roy believes this event lifts the sport overall, and the major money involved is a win for everyone connected to it.
Change subjects just a little bit here, and Anthony Joshua, there's rumours circulating he could be fighting Jake Paul next. One, do you think it's good for boxing? And two, do you think the fight will happen?
I think it's great for boxing. I think the fight will happen. AJ is 1-0 against these guys that come in to these boxing careers late. So why not? He's a perfect guy to take him out too. He took Ngannou out. Why would he not take Jake Paul out? And for him, he'd probably make more money fighting Jake Paul than he will fight anybody else that he can fight right now. So why would he not do it? I mean, not that he needs the money right now anyway, but if he's going to do something, if you want to get a good win to put him back on the scene, that's the problem.
Derek Chisora took a totally different angle. For him, this isn't about competition, it's business. He argues fans shouldn't treat it like some war or legacy fight. It's simply a massive money grab with minimal risk. He points out that Joshua, Jake, Hearn, and the whole promotional machine walk away richer than ever. Critics aren't mad because the fight is weak. Chisora says they're mad because the fighters are getting paid big. In his eyes, jealousy fuels the backlash more than any true concern for the sport.
AJ against Jake, but what sort of gulf do you expect to see?
Listen, we are in the game of entertainment. Either entertainment in the ring or on the football pitch, it don't matter. It's called entertainment. People are going to buy tickets to go watch Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua fight. We're all entertainers, either way. So I'm happy. I'm so happy for AJ because he's doing this for himself. And you have to understand, you have to give so much respect to Jake Paul. Whatever he says, he makes it happen. Before he was like he wants to fight Anthony Joshua and people were laughing at him. And then suddenly it's happened and people are like, wow, what's going on here? So kudos to that kid, man. He's very good at promoting everything he does.
Derek, do you reckon there's a bit of jealousy from other boxers and even like pundits flying around as well? Because even since it's been announced last night and today.
I know the biggest jealousy pundit you guys have, and that is Simon Jordan. I'm telling you right now, Simon Jordan right now, he must be suffering inside and out right now because he knows Eddie's making money, Anthony Jordan's making money. So he is dying right now, Simon Jordan.
Look, Derek, and I know you say it's entertainment and there'll be a massive audience, but is there an element of danger as well? Look, AJ's a former world champion, and this is a guy, the best he's been in with is Tommy Fury.
Listen, he don't really care. In the boxing ring, it's the only place you can murder somebody and not go to jail. So, kudos to that. So if he gets beaten up and something happens, it's part of the game.
Well, I'm not sure that's a game that people will want to see, though.
Is it a real fight, though? Is this going to be a proper fight? You will know more than most.
Mate, let me tell you something. From how much they're getting paid, about 177 million, whatever, and they're splitting down the middle. So I hope it's not a game because I want to see some blood. I want to see somebody's teeth falling out. So I told Anthony.
The debate around Jake Paul versus Anthony Joshua has become one of the most surprising discussions in modern boxing. Abdullah Mason offered a more even viewpoint. Instead of calling it a circus, he says Jake Paul has built enough skill to be at least somewhat competitive. Paul has been training. choosing experienced opponents and leveling up. Mason isn't saying Paul beats AJ, only that fans shouldn't overlook Paul's effort. Meanwhile, Joshua's resume speaks for itself. Olympic gold, former unified heavyweight champion, and one of the most polished heavyweights of the era.
Is that surprising? Is that the first you've heard of it?
That's the first I've heard of it. That's surprising to me.
Yeah, confirmed. 3 minute, eight rounds.
3 minute, 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just your take on it. Just seeing Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua in a heavyweight fight.
I mean, I guess they doing what's best for them, you know. So I feel like, you know, I don't got too much to say on it.
I asked you before when Tank was originally scheduled to face him if you'd watched it. You said you would, but is this more of a competitive challenge for Jake, do you see, because of a natural weight between them being a lot closer?
Oh, this is definitely more of a competitive challenge for them. So
Legendary promoter Frank Warren backed this up in his own way. He admitted that despite criticisms, everyone will tune in. Even the loudest haters won't skip watching it. Warren noted that Jake has steadily raised the quality of his opponents, improving his skill and challenge each time. To him, this fight isn't disrespect. It's part of boxing's evolution, where entertainment and revenue live alongside tradition. His commentary suggests the industry now sees Jake Paul not as a joke, but as part of the boxing landscape.
Well, what I think is that people will buy it. They'll watch it, and Netflix have bought it. And they're expecting to get big numbers. They've had big numbers for his last 2 fights. He's a major attraction for whatever reason. But he's a licensed boxer. He trains, he works as a fighter. I take my hat off to him for all of that. He's not a heavyweight, and he's stepping in with, people have criticised some of his opponents in the past, but he's stepping up to the plate.
Can't criticise this one, I suppose.
He's gone from one extreme to the other. He's fighting a guy, ex-two-time world champion, as somebody who's a natural heavyweight. I know there's a weight clause thing on there, but I don't think that will make a lot of difference to AJ. And he's also a gold medalist. I think it's he's a massive favourite, AJ, for this fight. He's getting very, very well paid for it. And people will buy it. You'll buy it because it's a road crash.
He is a massive favourite. The bookies only have him at 1-10 and 1-4 to get the stoppage. Is that a bit mad to you?
I mean, look, you've seen AJ. You see what he's done with Ngannou.
Yeah, Ngannou and Jake Paul are two very...
And Ngannou's a natural heavyweight.
Yeah. I just thought those odds seemed a little bit, I suppose...
Skinny.
Yeah. Yeah. Is it disrespectful to the integrity of boxing?
No, because it's... Look, you're asking a question that you know the answer to, as does most people in the industry. So, it is what it is. It's a pure money-making venture with a guy that's AJ doesn't mean too much in America. Jake Paul does. AJ's ventures in America didn't go down too well, did it? So Jake Paul does though, and he's got a massive following, and that's why he's on.
Former heavyweight champion David Haye didn't hold back. He warned Jake that facing Joshua could be dangerous enough to be his last day walking the earth. Haye emphasized the massive physical difference between the men. Joshua's size, power, and elite pedigree dwarf anything Jake has faced. Joshua has knocked out top heavyweights. Jake has fought smaller or faded names. Haye sees the matchup as a physical mismatch, not just technical, warning that true heavyweight power can end a fight instantly.
Jake Paul is going to get in a ring in a boxing match, boxing gloves, to mix it with one of the most dangerous heavyweights on the planet, someone who is Olympic gold medalist, won the heavyweight championship twice. Although he lost his last fight against a very good Daniel Dubois, he's a top 10 heavyweight on the planet versus internet sensation, someone who's a latecomer to boxing, and has boxed at a very moderate level. I'm talking domestic level. And he lost to Tommy Fury, for instance. And Tommy Fury, who he lost to, versus Anthony Joshua, they're two completely different sports. So I commend Jake Paul for putting himself in harm's way, because boxing is a dangerous game. People have died in the ring. People have been seriously injured, maimed. And he believes in himself enough to do it on a massive scale, because it's not about the money. He's got enough money. This is him wanting to push the boundaries of reality. He's manifested an amazing life for himself. He's a superstar, and I think he wants to try and do the unthinkable. He wants to. It's an insane challenge he's put himself up for, but you've got to give him credit.
You say an insane challenge. You've described it before as Jake Paul being a cat versus Anthony Joshua's lion.
Yeah.
I mean, they're not equally matched on any sense, are they?
There's not one element of their boxing skill set that Jake Paul can come 15, 20% in regards to Anthony Joshua. He's a completely different specimen. Look, you'll see what it looks like when they stand next to each other. And Anthony Joshua, he's not a bodybuilder. He's...
Boxing analyst Gareth A. Davis gave one of the smartest perspectives. He believes this fight isn't a bad move for Joshua at all. With hopes of landing a huge fight with Tyson Fury next year, AJ needs activity and momentum, something he struggled with due to layoffs and unpredictable results. Facing Jake Paul could be a massive financial warm-up and a chance to stay sharp without the risk of facing elite contenders. And unlike normal tune-ups, this one brings enormous revenue. For Davis, it's logical. It keeps AJ active, brings global attention, delivers massive money, and sets him up perfectly for Fury.
Of Jake Paul and a weight division above him. I think it's irresponsible to let those two in a ring together in a proper boxing match. That's my view. It doesn't damage his bank balance, but if he earns $70 million for this, are we really going to see him get up for a fight with Tyson Fury, which is being talked about for next September? I understand that fight isn't signed yet. There's still a warm-up fight. I don't blame Eddie Hearn, as I said to him. I would have taken that fight if I was in the same situation. I don't blame him taking this as a second warm-up fight. But the problem for Anthony Joshua, if he doesn't do what he did to Francis Ngannou in those 2 rounds in Riyadh and finish him conclusively, he's going to be pilloried for it. If this fight stretches more than 2 or 3 rounds and he hasn't got Jake Paul out there, he will get booed and hammered over it. So there is pressure on him to go in there. And if he gets caught or clipped, which I've heard Frank Warren talking about that today, if he gets caught, the arena's going to erupt if Jake Paul lands a punch, So it's a very peculiar matchup. Yes, it's one I'm going to watch and I'm going to go to. I'm in Miami this week anyway for BKB 48. Lucas Brown's fighting Gustavo Trujillo with the bare fists for the heavyweight title in BKB. Where's the press conference on Friday? In Miami for Jake Paul and Anthony Joshua. They say the Lord works in mysterious ways. I'm over there, so it's a very weird one, but this is where we are. Jake Paul's unique. I'm interested in your take on it, Chris.
Yeah, I would start with the Jake Paul side of it.
Trainer Tunde Ajayi responded to critics attacking Joshua for considering the fight. He asked why some fans tear AJ down no matter what he does, whether he fights the best or takes a different kind of opportunity. Ajayi argues fans demand entertainment, knockouts, star power, and big events, then complain when fighters deliver exactly that. He says the criticism is emotional, inconsistent, and unfair. In his view, the matchup brings excitement, money, and new audiences to the sport, and that can only help boxing grow.
Stopping Garner in 2 like that, but you can't stop Jake. Has he got a short amount of time to get this job done?
This fight is not going on his record, right?
I believe it will.
This fight is going on his actual record.
I mean, some details are still unconfirmed, but I believe this is not an exhibition. This is a fight.
Well, listen. WWE is not real. And if we are to be sense about this whole thing. Jake Paul cannot go 6 minutes with Anthony Joshua. It's just not gonna happen. You're talking about a man who starched Klitschko. Come on, it's like this is AJ we're talking about. As far as I'm concerned, AJ can walk in there with one leg and one arm and still win the fight. I'm not gonna be led to believe that Jake Paul it has a chance against Anthony Joshua. Although he is improved as a fighter, he cannot be looked on as just a gimmick fighter. Now he's actually got boxing skills and he's done very well thus far. But I think Anthony Joshua is a step too far, and I'm not expecting that fight to go more than a couple of rounds.